Welcome back to the No Dust No Worries Rogue Ladder Climb Hearthstone experiment, where I only play I'm not allowed to play epic cards, I'm not allowed to have legendaries, I'm not allowed to access adventures. And really my goal for this series is to see how far we can go. I think we can reach rank 10. I'd like to reach rank 5, but it's still early days yet, so let's see what happens. Here we go. It's on to ranked. So yeah, I'm actually quite excited about starting on this journey and really experiencing the game through a different sort of lens, and doing my research for this sort of series. It's really interesting what sort of cards that you're used to having as someone who plays the game a lot, and you just don't have them anymore, and how do you play around that? How do you handle not having a big game hunter in every deck, because everyone has a Dr. Boom? How do you handle not having a Dr. Boom in your deck? And what can you do there? And maybe through this experience I can learn what it might be like for what playing the game might be like for a beginner, someone who just picked up Hearthstone, say last week, and is just playing through the game. What is it going to be like for them? Oh yeah, let's talk about what's actually happening here. Okay, so our opponent is a little bit new at the game. Obviously at rank 25 I'm not expecting too much. Backstab into Sinister Strike. It's definitely a good use of mana, good use of your resources. I mean, quote unquote, good use of your resources. You're using your cards, you're using your mana. And as we can see, Mr. Dragonfly only has 2 cards left. But I'm facing down a poisoned Wicked Knife, so we could be in trouble. And really, I don't think there's going to be too much to talk about from ranks 25 to 20. I think 25 to 15. There should be this part of the climb should be fairly straightforward, fairly elementary. I'm barely thinking about the plays. It's sort of like just automatic, just me doing my rogue thing, developing the board, trying to get as much value as possible, and we will see how this game goes. Now, okay. Do I want? No, I will go Razor Fan into weapon. Hold my weapon. One of the things I really like about Rogue is whether you hold your weapon or not. And warriors think about this as well. It's pretty obvious with warriors, though. I think if you've got a fiery war axe and you get 3 damage from anything, you might not want to swing at something that has 1 health. Or maybe sometimes you do. But with a rogue, you can always, re-enable your hero power. Okay, that was a misplay. I should have played the draw first if I knew I was going to draw. Okay, let's go in. If I swing, how much have I got on the board? I've got 10 on the board. If I swing, we are threatening pretty tidy lethal. So one of the things that really attracts me to the rogue class is how much you really need to think about your hero power, how much you really need to think about what are those charges worth, and also on top of that, what is your health worth to you? And you really walk a tight balance between getting value from your hero power and your... Okay, we're done. Getting value between your hero power and your really conserving it, or should you go face? Should you kill something with 1 health? Should you ping something down to make it a little bit easier to kill next turn? Interesting, Assassin's Blade. I think I will put in Assassin's Blade because I think we're a little minion heavy. Let's see, we're a little heavy on the 4s. I will take out... We're not really running into any aggro at the moment, but let's take out a Yeti and let's bring in Assassin's Blade. Yeah, I say we're not running into aggro, but you never know. And I think rank 20 is literally the how should I put this? The thriving sort of scum pit of face hunter and people who want to prey on crappy players. So I sort of want to set this deck up to get through that sort of rank 20, rank 19 wall of people who just want to sit there and get a ton of wins and do that. I don't know, maybe just I don't know why these people, I don't know why players do it. Maybe it's just make you feel good, own some faces. I can understand that. It's always nice to own some faces. Me personally though, I prefer to, I don't know, I like my wins to feel a little more earned. I think I like my wins to come from thinking about the game and
you're going second, so you get
okay,
coin.
yeah, I didn't know that.
It
Going
wisely.
second. Get the coin. Okay, thanks for letting me know that, innkeeper. So what was I saying? Yeah, going back to getting your wins. I'm really not a fan of just going online and getting the best deck that's out there. People call it net decking, going on to the popular Hearthstone websites and just copying. Basically, a lot of players I see just copy card for card, and that's fine. You want to win, you want to have the strong cards, you want to have the strong decks. You've got the money or you've got the time to put in and get the mysterious challenger these days and the Dr. Booms. If you can do that, if you're up for it and it makes you feel good, hey, it's how you want to spend your time playing the game, and all the power to you. I just think, me personally, I like to challenge the meta a little bit. I like to challenge the state of things. I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. Maybe I'm just a contrarian, maybe I'm just a little bit
Hope you like my invention.
of
Job's done.
a turd.
Runs out on me.
It looks like our opponent is AFK here, so this is going to be very straightforward. Yeah, so I like to play decks that take a little bit of thinking. Okay, yep. So free win. And that's not to say that Face Hunter, Zoolock doesn't take any thinking, Secret Paladins doesn't take any thinking. Obviously, once you reach, say rank 5, once you're below rank 10 and you're going through, you're playing people who are generally more experienced at the game, and you're more separated by deck construction and how you choose to play your deck. I think that makes a lot more of a difference. Okay, let's hope that we actually have an opponent this time, because as nice as it may be to get a free win, I prefer much better to actually play against someone. So, and you'll see that I routinely squelch because I just can't be bothered. I don't want to spend the mental energy on people doing stupid plays or making stupid emotes. And I'm not saying everyone does this. I'm not saying everyone does stupid plays or does stupid emotes. But sometimes I'm not in the mood and I can't be bothered dealing with it. So I just, as a policy, I squelch, and sometimes I forget, and then I see why I shouldn't forget to squelch. So we will see as this series goes on where we go with that. Okay, now so we're setting up for a pretty easy Razor Fen play. Let's go with the Razor Fan. Clear entity. And I'm really much more excited for once we reach rank 20 because, you know, Angry Chicken rank, it's especially, we're fairly late into the season at the moment. We're in the October 2015 season. And there really isn't anybody who has played the game for any amount of time that's still below rank 20, I think. Literally, I'm playing people who picked up the game yesterday. So, this will be a fairly straightforward affair. That's a good play. I like that our mage opponent pinged something else. A lot of mage players, and sometimes I do this as well, a lot of mage players will freeze something and then forget, or not really forget, but you know, not remember, not remember that they can save the ping till next turn. They can freeze something at you know, X1 health, and they can save the ping till next turn. So we're putting our ogre down.
Give me a minute.
And a lot of players, like, I don't know, it just seems like some players, you know, forget that you have next turn to ping it, and this turn you can ping something a little bit more dangerous. Okay, fireball into the ogre, that's perfectly fine. Let's see what we draw here. Shattered Sun. Then I think I will buff
Cleanse the Sunwell.
our commando friend out of ping range. And am I going to get flame struck here? Does a rank 25 mage have flame? Whatever. I'm just going to hold on to the raider. Turn 7 is there. We go. There's the flame strike. That's fine.
I hope you like my invention.
Go. Ooh, okay. A little bit of
Here we
mana floating turn, but that's okay. We have Stormwind Champion for next turn. So, what I like to do with the weapon, see why I swung there? I swing, my policy to playing Rogue and the weapon is, I don't swing unless I have a pretty good chance that I'm going to weapon up again next turn. Because if I'm not going to, I might miss the utility of the 1 damage. If I blow my weapon, and next turn I've got to spend all my mana on playing minions, it's going to be problematic. Okay, Stormwind Champ. Yeah, we can Swamp Ooze to check for Mirror Entity, which it is. And I don't think I need to spend a backstab on this.
Sure.
I like to save backstab for higher value targets. Like stuff that needs to die, things that need to die, you know, for example, knife jugglers, for example, totems that, you know, maybe I can take down with the swing of my weapon, or, you know, a number of things that represent a little bit more threat. Okay. So we are just going to... Do I sap here? Do I sap here? The Orkanite doesn't enable any 2 damage hero power, it just sort of sits there. It can trade into my... I think it's worth sapping here to set up a very strong lethal. Just really to take away any possibility of my mage opponent coming back. Of course, I'm walking into Flame Strike again, but at this sort of level of deck quality, I really can't. It's almost impossible to play around it. And really, talking about that now, you know, we're going to talk about. We're going to come to the question of what do I craft? Because in this play, you know, I can't have legendaries, I can't have epics, but I'm definitely intending to craft a bunch of commons and a bunch of rares. And one of the really cool and interesting things to think about is, what do I craft first?
Someday I'll be just like you.
What do I craft first? And playing this game, it makes me swing towards, I think it makes me want to craft. It makes me want to craft shredders. I think shredders, piloted shredders, the 4/4/3 death rattle, some of the 2-drop. Like, shredders are the king of the mid game, and rogues are the are the classes that traditionally very much come through in the mid game. So we will see if we get some lucky shredders in packs, or if we get some lucky legendaries. I will be disenchanting legendaries. Okay, somehow my opponent has more cards than me. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Here we go.
And this leads me to think that this deck perhaps lacks a little bit of maybe I have too many early game drops. I think I generally like to stick with 3 1-drops, and it really comes down to personal preference. You know, the sort of deck you're playing, what sort of game you're trying to, what sort of win condition you're trying to reach. And it looks like our mage friend has quite a lot. The double flame stroke has definitely done a lot of work. Okay, let's clear. I will just relentlessly whack at the face. Yeah, so there are a lot of cards that I could be crafting, you know, as soon as possible. I think shredders will be one of the top priorities. For rogue, eviscerates are probably great too. SI7s, Asia Drakes, which Asia Drakes are really, really strong with things like Backstab, things like Fan of Knives, things like Eviscerates. So I will be crafting those. It just depends on how quickly we get to our packs, whether we get packs. I'm not specifically going for packs in this run. I'm just going to try and climb the ladder as quickly as possible. We get packs. Alright, we're done.
Here we go.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up here for today. And we are going to come back at rank 24, the Leper Gnome rank, and continue climbing the ladder with our No Dust Rogue. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.